Chapter 50 of Kaiju number 8 is finally out, and Isao is putting everything on the line. This man is an actual unit because this man is going all out. He doesn't care if his body is broken, he doesn't care if he loses his life. This is a fight that he wants to finish. This is a fight that he is willing to die for, because throughout this whole chapter, it just showcased how of a beast Isao is, because throughout this whole chapter, he is not giving up on the demands of Kaiju numbers 9, and he doesn't care how powerful he is. He is doing this for his family, he's doing this for the rest of the division unit and everywhere around the world. And throughout this whole chapter of Kaiju number 8, chapter 50, we are able to see the display of Isao and his power. So we start off with the chapter while we continue the fight with Isao and Kaiju number 9. And at this current moment, one of the scientists decided to stay back, which is the scientist that Isao has saved during last chapter. He wants to repay and actually help Isao with his whole battle suit. So the whole time Isao is telling him to run away, he's just like, no, I'm not escaping. I'm not going to leave you all by yourself. He was like, my job is to aid you into victory. So I will stay until the very end, sir. So Isao goes in charge of, he said, very well then, let's go. And Isao in that panel, this man looked like a Super Saiyan. It looked like he transformed into a Super Saiyan, because based on how the pose, the stare, and all the electricity and the power up is just flowing, it just looks 100% incredible, just like how charged up he is, because this man looks like he's ready to about to whoop that ass. Like, bro, this panel just gives me goosebumps because it looks like he transformed to a Super Saiyan. But anyways, other than that, while Isao is charging up, we see that the scientist, he realizing that a full release of the kaiju weapon can put an estrange on the user and shorten its lifespan. But with that power they gain in return, it's like a Daikaiju emerged in a human form. And we see that Isao is charging up. He's in his battle stance. He's about to take off. And as soon as he took off, he started to land punches to Kaiju number 9. But Kaiju number 9 is able to counter it with his own punch. And you just see a collage of sound wave and the effect of the punches of colliding towards each other is just huge, a huge shock wave and wave that's just blowing a lot of the area and debris away. So the scientist, he is shocked of the amount of power that Kaiju number 2 that Isao is using. It has a tremendous amount of power, but unfortunately it came with the cost, because during the whole collision, Isao, his whole bodysuit from the right side of his arm started to make damage and started to malfunction. So what happened was that during that whole collision, it wasn't enough to take out or to put a little hurt on Kaiju number 9, because Kaiju number 9 replies saying that, yeah, that's good. That power is worthy to be mine. And Isao, he is charging up. He is not letting go. This man is like, no, you know what? I'm going all out. I'm going to defeat this monster. So he goes up and he just goes and do an upper punch, and it hit straight through Kaiju number 9's guts, and he did a raising blast, technique number 4. And then on top of that, while doing that technique number 4, he revert back to number 1 barrage blast, while he just punched the hell out of Kaiju number 9 on the left side or the right side, clearing his head off. Like, this man, Isao, punched Kaiju number 9's head off, and his jaw's broken. You see teeth, you see an eye just coming out, and you just see the spinal cord that's connected to the head through the body. And everyone is just shocked just how powerful it was. But they were just very happy that Isao was able enough to do that much damage, and they thought that he won the fight. But unfortunately, Kaiju number 9 ain't going down like that. Kaiju number 9 is a different breed, because this man says, excellent, show me more. Isao is in shock. So all of a sudden, Isao goes charging in, and we see the headless Kaiju number 9 charging towards each other, and they're just going and clashing, throwing barrages of punches. everywhere. During the barrage of punches, Isao realized that the amount of punches that he is throwing at Kaiju number 9 and the amount of punches that Kaiju number 9 is throwing at him, hitting him, he realized that he has grown weak throughout the whole entire years, that he hasn't been up to date on how he was. He wasn't at his prime by the time that he was fighting with his wife. And he started to visualize him and his wife side by side fighting kaijus back in the day. But Kaiju number 9 was able to deck him right in the abdomen. And it came to the point where during the whole punch, it did a amount of damage to his bodysuit and putting it down to 5%. So currently, Isao, he ain't stepping down. This man is just taking the amount of ass whooping that Kaiju number 9 is doing, but he's just blocking it. And throughout the whole time, the scientist is freaking out because the amount of damage that Isao is taking, he's just like, he needs help. But unfortunately, the captain number 1's division, he is not at this spot right now because he's in a far distance, because he's trying to kill the rest of the kaijus, but also to rushing on his way to go save Isao. But Isao is not giving up. This man is trying his hardest. He is getting up. He is charging up, and to the point where his battle suit is to a danger for his health because he's using the power of Kaiju number 2 to its maximum limit, which is damaging his body to the point where he won't even fight after this fight, or he won't even survive. And even the scientist is warning him to stop. But Isao is just like, no, I'm not giving up, man. I'm going to kill this monster. And besides, I'm part of the defense force, and the defense force has the next generation is going to strive because they are incredible. And we see a panel of Mina, and we see the rest of the other soldiers as well, as we already saw throughout the series. So Isao, he's charging up and he's just thinking of his wife, and he says, for the one moment, this is one battle. In content, I put my life on the line to eliminate Kaiju number 9, just like what you did back in the day against Kaiju number 6. And then Isao just goes up, and then he starts to charge up, and then he starts having a backflash. And during the whole purpose of the backflash, we see Kaiju number 9 trying to go ahead and squish Isao. But we see in the backflash of him and his wife talking while Kikaru was a baby, and she says like Kikaru wants to become part of the defense force, and they're just thinking of the time of how Isao, he is just having that conversation like he's just surprised that his own daughter wants to join the defense force. But to the point how the wife and the husband, they're having the communication, they're very concerned about Kikaru, but at the end of the day, they know that she's going to be fine because guess what? Who's her parents? And she will have capabilities to withstand on her own. So after that backflash, we see that Isao, he's able to withstand the punch and was able to hold it, reflect it. And this man is all charging up, letting everything out in this one punch, saying, eliminating this terrifying threat so that it would never exist in the girl's future. And he just punched the hell out of Kaiju number 9. Kaiju number 9, like the abdomen looks totally 100% destroyed. And on top of that, you see pieces of the skin is coming off of every direction of Kaiju number 9. Even his pearly white teeth started to come out. Like Isao is just a beast at this moment. This man is doing everything at this moment with this one punch to destroy Kaiju number 9. But other than that, that's how the chapter ends, and we'll see how the fight will continue after this. But other than that, this was a tremendous chapter. Isao is a beast. Isao's a boss because this man, he did not give up. This man is willing enough to put his life on the line, and we're going to see what his result is. Is he's going to die because there's a lot of foreshadowing that happened in this chapter. So we're going to see what's going to happen next. But other than that, let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about this chapter, what you guys feel about Isao and his thought process, his backstory, and his true motives is, and just how powerful he is. Let me know down in the comment section. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Be safe. Sorry for the background sounds. I'm not at my current apartment. I'm with family. So yeah, but remember, always be decent. This is the Monto Man, and be safe.